How's it going, everyone? I started this channel because I kind of always wanted to do a knife channel, but what finally brought me over the edge and made me decide to do it was this knife here. I just got it the other day, the Spyderco Shaman, and my first video that I will produce of an actual knife review will be this knife. And but I wanted to explain pretty much what I want to do with this channel. I have these out just to show you that I have merit. This is just a small fraction of what I do have. And I kind of want to bring across, I don't want to say honesty because I don't think everybody's lying or people are lying necessarily. But I do know, I have a lot of channels that I love, that I do watch all the time, and I respect these guys. They do a lot of hard work. And I'm not really dissing them. I think, though, that we are lacking in some. I think they tend to not emphasize the faults that some of these knives have. And, you know, faults in knives are not necessarily faults to other people. You know, it depends on what you like in a knife. But I think they're sometimes left out due to funding or whatever. You know, if they're getting the knives sent to them and they want to continue to get knives sent to me. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. So that's my goal, because I don't give a crap. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. And I'm, like I said, I'm not saying that these people don't. Although I think things are lessened, to put it in a certain way. I could give an example of one YouTuber that loves the Hungalis by Essie, and he said he was using it for months, but yet the finish on it was barely worn off. Here's an example. This is one of my favorite fixed blades. This is the SE6. You'll notice you don't really, it's hard to see the symbols because I've blued this. I used this knife maybe 3 times and it was worn through the center with batoning. And then, you know, within 3 months, I had already blued it. So this is my own bluing, which does last. I heat it up in the oven too a little bit, but you know, that kind of set me off because I was a experienced Essie user, and I know their finish wears right off, and theirs was barely worn off, and they said they had been using it for 3 months, a lot. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. And here's another one example is the SE3, which I also blued, and because the original finish was shot. So you can see there's use on this knife. You can't really see it on the finish because, like I said, it holds up pretty good. And to show that I'm not lying about that is my BK9, which I did 2 years ago. Those I did last year. This I did, no, I might even have done this 3 years ago. And it actually even more looks like porcelain now. That's a heck of a knife, folks. But so that's my goal. And I do want to mention, as far as like the trolls go, you know, because you're gonna get, I know I'm gonna get comments. Well, we do this and that. Like, I'll get comments on this. Oh, people lying and what? I just want to say to the trolls, if you want to comment, you can comment. That's fine. But you really don't have to. Just know that you're right. No matter what. I don't give a crap. You're right. You're right. So, you know, if you want to say I'm an asshole for saying that people are bending the truth or not emphasizing, you're right. And that's pretty much how the channel's going to go. I'm not going to get pulled into the kind of crap that I see in the conversation boards that, you know, at the bottom of the comments. I'm not going to get pulled into that. And I don't care. If you have a legitimate question, this and that, I'll try to answer it. I don't really read through a lot of comments, or who knows. This is like my first time actually doing a channel like that. But for you trolls, you're right. You're right. You want to call me an asshole? You're right. So let's just kind of stick to that. You know, I think it'll go a lot smoother, and I know that's not going to work. but it was worth, iterating. So that's my goal on this channel, is to give an honest opinion on all the knives I own, which is quite a few. And hopefully it helps you guys out in deciding, what you want to purchase and what you don't. I'll start by saying that is not a $500 knife, and that is going to piss a lot of people off. See how that just flicked out, which you're not supposed to do with this $500 knife. That took a lot of work by me, and I'll get into that later with another review, but I'll just say Steel Will Gecko 1551, way better. It's just the aesthetics on it are amazing, and the way the knife's put together. And then I want to, somebody's gonna say, well, why do you hate? If you hate that knife, why don't you sell it? I don't hate this knife. I love this knife. I'm just saying it's not $500. So this is kind of how the channel's gonna go. And I do have a tendency to get long-winded, and I'm gonna try to curb that. And I apologize for doing it now. But I'll try to keep all mine under 10 minutes. But you never know. You just never know. Well, hopefully somebody gets something out of my channel. If not, I'll just stop doing it because I don't care. So take care.